Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. I am making this video for Chevy 6229. I think that's the number. But he had asked me about my coop and asked me would I do a video in detail exactly what the coop is and how I've got it set up. And I said, well, okay. I've done a lot of different videos of it, but in a nutshell, this is a 10 by 10 by 10 greenhouse that we inherited that had some problems, and we tweaked it, adjusted, and fixed to make it serviceable for us for propagating plants and for chickens. Now, hang on. We do have power out here. There we go. That is a thermostat controlled exhaust vent fan, so we have a lot of ventilation going through here. We also have a ceiling fan, yes I know, and with lights as well, and we have more lights inside, so we have power going to it. I am one of the people who put heat lamps inside their chicken coop, and some people don't like it. I don't care. I enjoy it. I plan on having eggs all winter, and we will just continue, and so they will do a fantastic egg run for 3 years, and then we will cycle them through. But what I have done is everything is zip tied and situated to where it can't come loose and fall, so nothing can get knocked down or moved or anything like that. There's one problem I have here, and you can see I've got the hay above the light, so if any of the loose fill falls on top of that, we're going to have to move that. But we are in the process of putting the shelving all the way around here. I have 4 inches of non-packing gravel, the big stuff, and then I have another 3 or 4 inches of hay, whatever they had at the feed store. I'm going to replace all of the hay probably this weekend or next weekend with sand, builder grade construction sand. I will put 2 or 3 inches of sand in here. I think that will be a lot better than the hay or straw, and I'll still put some outside. We've got these 12 JD industrial nesting boxes. Just put them in, and the chickens are finally getting into them, which makes me feel good. It's kind of a work in progress. These are for them to roost on, but we are going to put another set of nesting boxes here across. I may put them about a foot off the ground because I had been talking to Marvin Clayton. Hey Marvin, and people get better results from what I've heard with having them slightly off the ground. Now I've got those 2 inches off the ground, believe it or not. It's got a bunch of hay in front of it. So, you know, like I said, it is a learning curve and a work in progress. These are my first birds, and you know, I'm going to try to do my best by them. I hope I don't kill them because we're trying to learn and do eggs off of these guys, and we're going to do all of our meat birds next year tentatively, hopefully. So we're going to duplicate this further down the property with 50 meat birds, and we're going to try to process them through. Maybe trade off or sell a few meat birds or something like that, but that's kind of a process. Hooch wanted me to move the water storage back outside to give us more room, so I did move that. We have the watering cups, and the chickens are finally using them, and I'm going to put another probably 6 or 7 or 8 inside. They're not terribly expensive. I'm going to say they're $7 or $8 for 2, so I will put some watering cups and run the piping inside. That will take care of it. Since it's nice and tall, I can go vertical with storage. That being said, I try to keep 100 pounds of feed, you know, a few extra bales of bedding and hay and stuff like that. We use the hay and everything for the dogs as well. So it is just kind of a work in progress. All told, including the purchase of the chickens and all the food that I have bought so far, I think we're up to $370. I've been keeping a running tab of what it has cost as far as expenses, not time, to kind of get an idea. We're trying to set everything up in place just to have and accommodate and make it so that we can set this thing up and not worry about them so much. Now, talking about the crazy prepping stuff. I'm a crazy prepper. Okay, having said that, well, blah, blah, blah. I try to take care of 7 people. I have that thing, that number in my head. And one of the problems that you have is when you're doing a lot of prepping is your protein, your long-term food storage, specifically protein, is kind of tough if you're going to do anything besides beans. Hey, I love beans, but I don't want to eat beans the rest of my life. Now, I've got an egg source and I've got a meat source. Got 25 chickens and 4 ducks, and I have a source now, and we can just continue to cycle through and generate meat and eggs. Tentatively speaking, I think I can probably get a dozen eggs a day, and that would be if they are free ranging, if we're not feeding them every day. So in an event that I cannot provide chicken feed and they are scrounging on the property, which ultimately I'm going to fence in about 4 or 5 acres for these chickens to roam for our eggs, and that way they can forage, and I'll suffer a loss in egg production, but we'll still have egg production, and it won't be costing me anything, so I don't have to worry about chicken food as much. Right now I'm spending about $12 a week in chicken food, which is a 50-pound bag, and I'm buying probably a 50-pound bag a week for all these chickens. Turns out ducks eat twice as much as chickens, and chickens eat a bunch. How about that? How much they eat? A bunch. So I don't want you to think I've become like this crazy chicken person. No, this is just a cheaper way for me to do long-term food storage, because I've got these. I have had some problems with coyotes and some stuff coming up, but that's why we got Tucker. He doesn't really care that much for the chickens. He hangs out and walks around with them, and we have done pretty well with him so far. The other dog, not so much. Murray got hold of one of the ducks, and we had us a problem, and then we had us a come to Jesus meeting after that, and we've got some things put in place to where we can also separate and isolate birds that are sick or injured, something like that. So we can do this here, and I probably will put up a piece of acrylic right across the back just so nobody can go nose to nose and touch or anything like that. I'm just trying to get everything ironed out right now and keep it as affordable as possible and document it, because hell, if you can figure out a way to do it cheaper, please do. Don't do my mistakes all over again. But this is what we're working on. Chevy, I hope this helps you. This is fenced in chicken wire. I've got netting across the back of it. I'm going to put netting completely over this one section. Netting is cheap. I think a 30 by 30 foot section of plastic netting is $5 here. And that's 30 feet by 30 feet, I believe. And it's cheap, so I'll just end up using bamboo to support it all the way across. So this side will be completely protected from predators, from hawks and anything else. But it's all going good. I'm actually getting ready to put an ad on Craigslist and sell off or give away some of these roosters. I've got 5 roosters that are going to rooster camp. Anyway, guys, in just a second you're going to see a picture of my ugly mug pop up on this side of the screen, as well as my beautiful wife Ain't she pretty? Anyway, on the opposite side are going to be some videos of we are indeed your brand of wacky. Somewhere in and amongst all of that activity is a button. Push it, and that will subscribe you to the channel and keep you informed as to when we generate new content, which we try to do on a daily basis. Hang on. What are you doing? Look at her. Ain't she pretty? I told you she was pretty. She's like a movie star. Can I get your autograph, lady? What are you eating?
Watermelon.
Watermelon?
None we grew, that's for sure.
Take care of you people, guys.